Oh, oh, I see. That wasn't on the entire time. Um, wow, this was live. All right, I will just have everyone forward to this moment in time. So you could not hear me before. Now you can. Here you go. So sorry about that, guys. Um, my reaction to it was essentially this. There, when it came to Samsung last year, they kind of showed all glitz and glamour. This year they didn't do that. Now, whether that's a good thing or not, that's really the thing. You don't always listen to your consumer in terms of exactly everything. Now, the big thing that I know everyone's going to hate about it is that it's not metal. Because that's what everyone kind of asked from Samsung. We saw it from so many people that they wanted a metal device this time. So that was the biggest thing that I feel that Samsung will get a backlash for. However, in terms of hardware specs, I mean, you got the top of the line, pretty much hardware specs. You got the 801 Adreno processor built into it. You only 2 gigs of RAM looks like, 5.1 megapixel, 1080p screen, with some new things that are really interesting. The biggest things that caught my attention though were three hardware features, and then after that some key software features. So the biggest hardware feature that I love is the camera. The camera on this device is amazing. I mean, by how quickly it autofocuses, by how the technology that it has in there. As a photographer, I'm impressed by. I used to shoot photography back in the day, and I'm very impressed by this on what it has. So I can't wait to see if it delivers, of course. Um, the second thing is, of course, the water and dust proof. That's one of my biggest things. Fingerprint scanner on the screen. I honestly did not think that this technology was ready yet. I was like, oh, it's probably going to be on the home button or on the back or something like that. But it's on the screen. That is impressive. The fact that they got it to work on the screen, I think, is definitely going to get a lot of iPhone people like, what? So I thought that was really good for that purpose. They still kept it, expandable memory card, removable battery, so that's still good. Samsung's really the only manufacturer right now that has removable battery and expandable SD card, with the exception of some new phones that are starting to go back to that because they realized customers were pissed that they took that off. So what am I impressed by software-wise? So probably my biggest thing that I was impressed by that I was not expecting software-wise was the ultra power saving mode. The fact that it changes your screen essentially to a black and white kind of screen, and he quoted the time being, if you're at 10% battery life, you can get up to 24 hours of standby time, which is insane. I mean, if you're just at 10% battery life and you can get that long, that's really impressive. Even when using it, you still expect it to be like at least like 8 hours of usage or 5 hours of usage. I mean, still at 10%, that's something that we'd never had before. So I think that's really a great feature. I mean, to me, that's an amazing feature. I like the private mode with the fingerprint scanner software built in. I think that was very interesting. I like the kids mode. That's one of the biggest things that when I'm visiting friends that have kids, I always wanted to have a kids mode. So that's a really big thing for me. And the built-in heart rate monitor is really cool. I think that was just kind of a first that they wanted to have. But I'm more interested in that in the smartwatches. So I can't wait to get the new Gears. I love the way the Gear Fit looks. The Gear Fit is probably the nicest looking one out of all of them to me. That one just looks amazing. I probably will get at least 2 of them. The Gear 2 and the Gear Neo, we kind of got confirmation on what we got yesterday. Pretty much exactly what I said. The biggest thing is I'm still wondering is the standalone music player. How is it going to be? Because now you can go to the gym, and this is kind of like an MP3 player now as well, so you can listen to your music while there. Now it sounds like you can connect like a Bluetooth device to it and be able to play the music off of here, which is really cool if that's true. You can still take calls on it and everything like that. You cannot on the Gear Fit. So the thing that was announced, of course, is the Gear Fit. We have a curved Super AMOLED screen on there. All of these straps are changeable, which is nice on the Gears and on the Gear Fit. Really good for that purpose. On the Gear Fit, you can see your text messages, do quick replies, see your notifications, and do call rejections. You cannot make calls on the Gear Fit from what it sounded like. And of course, the biggest thing is that this will all be coming out on April 11th. So that was my reaction. Let me see if there's any comments down below. Video's not playing. I thought, what's your thought on the Gear Fit? The Gear Fit to me looks amazing. I'm just waiting for price point. Thank you now, guys, for telling me I was on mute. I realized that I was on mute earlier. I am not anymore, so I'll try to do an annotation to skip forward to this part. But yeah, it's really that was my reaction thus far on the S5. I'm really curious to see how this device is going to do. Samsung has so much momentum, really, that it's definitely interesting to see how they're going to do. HTC One will be announced on March 25th, so their announcement will be before the S5 is released. Again, which is kind of interesting, but it does sound like one thing that I have to give Samsung I'm interested in now is that they have one launch date, which is something that Samsung needed. They needed one launch date for all of their devices. So I think that that's a win for them. They've never had that, Like last year, I think the S4 came out on like T-Mobile and I think T-Mobile and Sprint got it one day, and then AT&T got it like the next day, or it was a combination between those three, and then Verizon got it like 3 weeks later. If they can get one launch date for everyone, that's really very impressive. And it sounded like even Metro was going to get it in the beginning as well. So very curious to see how all of that turns out. Yeah, guys, let me know your thoughts in the comment section down below. What do you think about this device? From what I've been hearing, it feels good. It feels good to hold. Again, it wasn't metal, and that was kind of, I think, one of the main things that I had said last week that if Samsung just makes a metal device and puts it on an S4, people will be happy with it, essentially. So that didn't happen. We didn't get a different design of body or anything like that. But I still think I'm curious to see the reaction of people. I'm really curious to the reaction. So tonight I will be doing everything you need to know about the Galaxy S5 and the Gears. So stay tuned for that, and I will do a complete breakdown of the important things you need to know, just like I did for the Gears earlier. But I'll redo the Gears one too, so it's an all-in-one video for you guys. Hopefully you did like this reaction, and let me know your reaction down in the comment section below. Maybe I'll do a re-reaction to fans. I'm really curious to what the fans of Samsung have to say, or the fans of HTC, or the fans of iPhone. I'm really curious to what everyone else has to say. So yeah, guys, definitely curious to your thoughts, and make sure to tune in to this week's Android Weekly on Sunday at 8 p.m. Pacific Coast Time. If you do have any questions, email me right below. Thank you for watching. This has been RICKY, the Android Guy.